Good morning, good afternoon, hello, wherever you are, whatever it is. I am in the room with some free range kittens. It's going to be somatic mat class. I'm hoping that I don't have to stop in the middle of it and remove them and put them into the other room. Might happen. Anyway, there you go. Welcome to being over 40. And then it gets even better when you get over 50. Deep breath. Reach out and up, open and expand. And exhale, soften, feeling into the space around you. So inhale, imagine yourself growing, getting bigger, radiating outward. And exhale, soften and release. Two more. Inhale, open, reach it out and up. And exhale, soften your arms. Take everything really at your own body's level. So whatever is right for you today. Inhale, lift, and exhale. It's like a whole new educational system, learning to listen in and trust your own body and trust your own response. Like, oh, it's too much. It's not enough. I need more. I need less. Really start to listen into your own stuff. Open your feet wide, shift from side to side, bend one knee, bend the other. You could always put a block in front of you. This isn't so much to get a huge stretch in your hamstrings as to hydrate the fascia, get the whole system moving together. So hydrating fascia. Fascia is interconnecting your whole body. It's like the big internal weave that keeps you all together. My cat is going, what is going on here? The little one is right in front of me watching. I've got a spectator. It would be really funny to video. All right, so let's take it all the way down to the floor. And cross-legged position. How distracted can the little cats make me today? That is the question. I think we'll be able to get through this. Side stretch. Inhale, open. Exhale, sideways. Inhale, sit up tall. Side stretch. Think of this C curve from your sit bone through your fingertips. Inhale, open. So it's that whole train of fascia up the side body. Also, your organs are moving. And give your organs some freedom. So inhale, lift. Think that this whole area of your belly, you don't need to contract to hold it together. It's going to be fine. So best not to contract. Circling the whole way around. Take it to the side, taking it forward, around to the other side. Inhale, open on top. Sideways, circling and around. And inhale, lift. So we're not just moving the skeletal muscular system or the musculoskeletal system, whichever way you want to say it. There is one right way, but I always seem to forget which one that is. But we're also moving the organs. We're stimulating lymph through movement, deep diaphragmatic breathing. Maria, I see your face. Sideways, inhale, open. And let's change legs. Non-dominant leg comes in front. And we'll change the exercise. We're going to circles in your torso. Let your body just move. So don't think, oh, I need to engage this, I need to contract that. Think, I need to become as fluid as I can to make the circle. Letting your spine free up. So I know I've said it in the past, and we call the spine a spinal column, but think of it more like a channel, like a central channel and a river, so that the spinal cord is like a river of movement. Everything around it is supporting, but it's not a column that doesn't move. Got a sequin stuck on my finger from my mat. Change direction, go the other way. Yeah, we've got the little Manxie, curious kitty. And then you can, just gonna lower this down a little bit, take it all the way down to the floor. And let's go all the way down to the floor. So you're laying on your back, and we're going to start with a heel rock. So if you have socks on and you're on a wood floor, just take that sock, the sock off of your heel so you can dig in. And you're trying to send a ripple and wave of movement through your body. The chances are, if you've done a fair amount of fitness, it's going to be really hard. You're going to be overstabilized in your core. So fake it a little bit. So for me, the place that's doesn't move enough is up here in my rib cage and lungs. So if I add the idea of a wave, I can get more. Relax your tongue, relax your neck, relax your jaw. And then let that go and just turn your legs in and out. So it's interesting. In Laban work, we might use this as a diagnostic to see where somebody's holding. Like probably most people who've done a lot of fitness, it's going to be in the pelvis, definitely in the ribs, maybe head and neck. And if we move a person and they can relax, and you can let the whole thing ripple up and down. Let's go with bent knees, feet on the floor, and just knee dropping from side to side. Easy and loose. This is Zazen, the little chill kitty. He has two speeds. One is like 1,000 miles an hour, and the other one is sleep on your lap. And you can let your head turn from side to side with this. Think of this as really massaging out, releasing your lower back, releasing your glutes, letting go. Relax your neck and jaw. So we want the tissue to be soft and easy so that when we start to use it more, there's fluidity in it, there's hydration, it's healthier. And let's take this just a little bit further. You're going to cross your leg over and bring it through. Cross and rolling through. You can take your time also. This could be really slow, like, especially if you're feeling like what's actually going on here as you roll through your back and spiral. Feel free to always go slower if you want to. And then come back in. Let's pick up the butt just an inch or two off the ground and shake. So you're shaking out whatever you need to let go of. Letting go of crusty old ideas, shaking off the backpack of other people's crap. Just letting it go, shaking it out. And then you can stretch your legs straight down below you, open your arms out to the side, and we're going to make a big arm circle. So looking towards your feet and then circling your arms up over your head. If your back is hurting at all, you could do this with bent knees. That's totally acceptable. If your body is saying, this isn't quite right as is, but this might feel better, always listen to your own body and try it out. Yeah, testing for yourself. And then trusting what you hear, what you find. Oh yeah, today this is better this way. Tomorrow it might be that way. Change direction with your arms. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale, open. So we didn't do the lymphatic flush today, but in all of my videos, it usually says when I do lymph flush, it might be worth learning it so that you can do it every day. Like sometimes I just do it in the shower when I get up. And then relax. Turn your head from side to side. And then come into center, and let's warm up our back a little bit more. Do we want to do this with a block? Yes. If you have a block, grab your block. If you don't have a block, it's okay. You don't need one. You can do this with no block. And coming in to, oh, there's a cat in Saul's room. My cats have both disappeared, and the big one is in the other room, overseeing it all. Block between your knees, hands down by your sides, roll your pelvis up. Once you get up there, let's make smallish circles with the pelvis. So it could be like baseball size circles with your pubic bone or your hip bones. And change direction. Try not to, like in a lot of classes, they teach you to work harder. I feel like we actually need to work easier. So let your body do what is the least amount of work to do the action as opposed to the most amount of work. Circling around, most efficient possible movement, not sort of using everything you've got to do it. And then take it all the way down. Take your block out. And let's grab our knees. We're going to circle the legs. lubricating up your hip socket, releasing your lower back. Yeah. So I don't remember who said this, but I'm sure many people have said it. Like in a lot of sort of Eastern like forms of movement, like Tai Chi or whatever, you're moving to gain energy. And in most Western ones, you're moving to burn energy. So yeah, in Laban, we talk about driving the car with the brakes on. If you're working as hard as you possibly can, like feel the burn, do it more. That's one thing, but maybe it's not the most intelligent for the long-term health of the system, or do it a little bit, but don't spend all your time in that idea. Let's go into a happy baby. Yeah, I feel like the world is in this shift right now in understanding what flexibility is, even knowing what fascia is. I mean, let's say the shift has been like a 20 to 30 year shift of what's happening. Both feet on the floor, just pick it up, shake it out. But yeah, fascia used to be the thing that in the dissection, they threw it in the bucket and they looked at everything else. And now they understand that it's the biggest system. It's the biggest, you know, now they're saying that the interstitial tissue or interstitial intercellular like fluid is the biggest organ. But that shows you how like perceptions change. Hands behind your head, elbow to knee, going one and then the other, crossing over. Contralateral movement, cross body movement, super healthy for a human body. Great for your brain, great for your body. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax down. Turn your head from side to side, let it go. And then open up, stretch it out. Yeah, so the change in understanding like flexibility is that we're these really three-dimensional systems of biomorphic biotensegrity material. So like just pulling it isn't the best way to create ease of movement. And so maybe ease of movement, or instead of like super duper range of motion getting hyper extended, thinking more about ease of movement through all the planes. So really three-dimensional ways of moving. All right, that was the heel rock we did in the beginning, but in a wide X position. And I'm teaching a lot. So just feel free also to take the class just for the movement, and you can tune me out if that feels like you need to do that. Crossing elbow to knee. Don't feel like you need to remember or know half the stuff that I'm saying. I'm just saying it because I find it so interesting. Exhale, inhale, open. This is another contralateral movement. I'm in a wide X. Exhale up, inhale down. And relax it, let it go. A little heel rock again. And then we're gonna just shake it out. Release your spine. Fluid central channel, central river. Let that get softer and easier. And then we're gonna do similar exercise, this time with a straight arm and a straight leg. Up and lengthen it out. Up and out. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, using your breath. You might be breathing totally different than me. Just try to keep the breath moving. Oh, here comes the big guy. Maybe. And relax. Pick it up, let it go. And then we're going to press the pelvis up. If you can, you're going to interlace your hands behind your butt. Walk your shoulders closer together. If you don't have access to that, that's fine. You can just have your hands on the floor and shoulders can be wide. But if you can push away here, that's great. My feet are about shoulder distance apart. I'm going to inhale up onto my tippy toes and exhale, lowering my heels, trying to keep the pelvis high. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale.
Inhale, exhale. I'm opening the front of my body, pushing with the back of my body. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Bigger breathing. Last one, inhale full, and exhale, release. Open the arms, open the shoulders, drop it down. Take your arms and legs up and just give them a shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake it out, let it go. What's going on, little kitty? And then you can open up again into a happy baby. Play around in the baby. Let the baby be happy and baby-like. Yeah, so we're inviting in a sense of vitality into our bodies, into our tissues, a sense of aliveness, a sense of youthfulness, freedom, wonder, all the good things. Shake it out. You can lower your legs, just jiggle your body, let it all go. And then soften, take a couple of just deep breaths, letting your body drop into the floor. Softening, thinking of the bone weight as very dense and strong, very grounded, letting you drop into the floor with that bone weight. And then taking your hands down by your sides. And we're going to make big circles with the legs or small circles, whatever works for you. Move the weights. So I'm going to have my hands, they could be slightly underneath my butt or not. And I'm just going to lift my legs up and circle out, down and in. This could be small. I could just stay up here. If I'm tighter in the hamstrings, I can even do this with bent knees, right? So work with what you have, and that's fine. Breathing into it. Yeah, it's interesting. So I've been teaching the somatic dance class, which is basically a somatic dance party. I play whatever music I feel like playing, ideally to have sort of different experiences of movement in our body, different options. Some are more intense and some are more relaxed. Some oldies, a lot of stuff that people have probably never heard of. But what I've noticed, and now having taught that class since, I don't know, around Christmas, is that I have more capacity. Used to be like, I'd get to like around 40 minutes and I'd be like, shake it out, let it go. I would be like, oh, okay, I want this to be over. And now I'm getting through the whole hour and I'm thinking, I could go longer. This is super fun. And it feels good. So like, you know, it takes a while, especially as we get older, we want to build our capacity slowly, not like push too hard all at once and then not be able to do it for a while, but like, or get injured. So that was exciting for me to realize yesterday. So that's like a month of that, right? And then I'm like, oh, this is getting easier. All right, I want to do more. Let's not do the opposite direction on that, but let's do one leg at a time. We're going to go flex your foot. You can lengthen the leg out a little bit, like you're pulling it down in a way. This is going to mobilize your spine slightly. Lengthen, and you're going to kick up, and then you're going to point and lower down. Flex, slide your foot out, lengthen, up, point, and lower. Flex, up, point, down, flex, up, point, down. Reach with your heel, lengthen that whole central channel, lengthen it out, up, point, down, lengthen, lift, point, lower, lengthen, lift, point, lower, lengthen, lift, point, lower. Totally not counting, but I imagine we're probably around 8, 9, or 10. Last one. And we're going to flex, rotate the leg out, square off your hips. It's going to be a little more stable on this one. Just kicking up with the inner thigh, bringing the outer thigh, letting the outer thigh bring it down for 10. Going 1, turned out leg, heel at the center, 2, 3, 4. I'm trying to exhale up, inhale down, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's just shake your butt for a second. Shake it low on the floor. Jiggle, jiggle, belly dancer moment without actually getting up. Shake, shake, shake. And let's go with the other side. So Second side, you're going to start with the flex foot, parallel, lengthen it out, lift, point, and lower. Flex, up, point, down, flex, up, point, lower, flex, up, point, down, flex, lift, point, lower, flex, lift, point, lower, flex, lift, point. Again, I'm just not counting. I'm thinking about kittens. 2 more, flex, up, point, down, flex, up, point, down. Flex your foot, turn it out. Inner thigh is going to bring it up, outer thigh brings it down. Turned out leg, but trying to keep your pelvis fairly square so you're not too ginchy in this version of it. In the first one, we were allowing the pelvis to really move. Now we're a little more stable. Going 1, 2, exhale up, inhale down, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. And let's shake it out a little bit. Turn your legs in and out, loose and relaxed, jiggle. You can make some sound like popcorn, fry like bacon, and relax. And let's open up the hips again. So that was a lot of work with the hip flexors, doing those batwas, those big kicks. So we're going to press up, and this hood is getting really annoying. Press as high as you can. Let's go with the arms wide and just open the front of the hips. Let's inch our feet towards each other and then inch the feet open. So feet are going to open wide and then feet are going to close in as you're pressing up. What I really feel as I do this is I feel the tissue in my thighs. I feel my IT band. I feel the back body working, but I feel all that tissue sort of renegotiating. And we want that kind of like capacity. So inching open and inching closed. And then when you're ready, just bring it all the way down. And let's roll from side to side. So you're going to roll onto one side. You can open through the center or just roll onto your back and close. Trying to relax your shoulders, your neck, your face, letting yourself melt into the floor. So it's kind of like you're pouring your body from side to side. And the inner body is kind of like the consistency of paint, pouring paint, fresh paint, not old dry crusty paint, pouring yourself from side to side. If you want to start to open through the middle, you can. Breathing. It would have been nice if I had a more organic image instead of fresh paint, but oh well. I'm sure that there's like a food I could have talked about. Honey might be a little too thick. Okay, bring it back in. And there's one more thing I want to do here, and that's twisting. So arms outside side at any level that feels good for you. If you need to take it easy in your body, listen to that, honor that, don't push it. If you need to push it, go for that too, whatever you feel. So the easiest version, you're just twisting here with your feet on the floor. The next level version, you're twisting here. You can go slow with that. Both of those things are going to affect my back completely differently. So you may also want to just try both. So with my feet here, I'm getting more of a massage through my glutes and my hips and my lower back. As I come up higher, I'm still getting lower back. I'm getting a little higher up in my butt hip. And I'm getting a little bit of middle back too. As far as like what I'm massaging across, I'm getting the spiral in both of those exercises. Then the harder version is with straight legs from side to side. And if you're feeling like you're good and you have capacity, turn your head away from your legs. If that is hurting, turn it in the same direction, or don't go as far, make it easy. Breathe. So this for me is one of my back health exercises. This really helps me stay, I don't know. And also the fact that it is actually kind of hard. There's something about that that's doing a little bit more for my tissue than when it's really soft and easy. But sometimes we need to do all the things. So especially for pole dancing, like, and for my back, meaning my upper back and shoulders, and also even the front of my deltoids and pecs, this is a great exercise. And then bring it in, feet on the floor, shake it out. I've totally renegotiated my place on my mat. And let's do a quick spiral. Yeah, feel free to tune me out at any time. I just realized, like, oh my God. And I also have noticed, because I have done the closed captioning for some of these videos, and I'm like, my God, I do not shut up. And then whenever I do shut up for a little while, I'm kind of like, oh, less writing to do for a second. Yeah. So take it in at whatever level is working for you. Come here, you. This is Princess Lotus Flower. She was just flowers. She's like, no, I'm not going to stick around. Okay. I also should not be encouraging interaction while I'm teaching, but it's kind of irresistible. All right, so let's do a spiral. We're going to drop the hips side to side. And yeah, let yourself move so that you can do this to get a massage through the back of your hips. So do this in a way that feels like I can feel in my glutes where I'm tight. And one thing I'll say for my daily walks is that if I don't stretch a little bit or roll through my back after doing the walking, my back is tighter, right? Like, we need to move, but we also need to release. Then I'm going to take it and spiral to the floor. Yeah, optional, sparkle through the stars. Yeah, see the night sky or see the day sky. Or stay slow and work in a smaller way. Work with what is working for you. Especially if something becomes interesting, feel free to stick with that for a while. Like, oh, I feel this thing in my hip. What happens if I spend time here? We aren't taught, most people aren't taught to spend time feeling into sensation with movement. That's changing, that's starting to change, but it can be just fascinating to do it. Like, I've spent times at the gym where I was like rolling over the foam roller just on like my tensor fascia lata, which is like right up here, for like an hour on one part, and just taking my time of really feeling into it. So invite yourself to, on your own, just spend some time feeling into your body. You will learn a tremendous amount. And it's not like, oh, then I was like, wow, now everything's perfect in my life. It's all great. No, it was like, oh, wow, I just spent a lot of time in this internal place, preferably with no phone, no distraction, but just having that time to like stare into space with your own body, like hugely valuable. Oh, so I'll just tell you quickly what that is about. It's also, when we do that, when we come into mindfulness, we're doing this synaptic pruning. We're kind of, if we spend deep time inside without a bunch of distractions where our energy's going out, our brain and our nervous system gets a chance to cull itself, to release some of the crap that we're holding on to. I learned about this from Ruben Laconin on Michael Taft's Deconstructing Yourself podcast, which I am trying to transcribe very slowly. But anyway, let's open up into a straddle. Synaptic pruning. Yeah, that's what people do when they're in meditation. Circles around. Let the spine be fluid. So don't make this hard, make this easy. And if it isn't easy, take it smaller. Always, like, the smaller we go with it, the more subtle we are with it, the sort of deeper the sense of change will be. When we force it from the outside, there may be change direction, but it might be a little more harsh. So we want to go for slow, small, subtle change. I'm going to do a micro movement, maybe in role play on Wednesday. We'll work with that idea of synaptic pruning. Oh, see, there's one little kitty stalking the big kitty, which is exactly what she's not supposed to be doing. Hold on for 1 second. Please feel free to have a moment of independent thought. Don't you do that. I see you. All right. let's take it into elbows behind your head toward the floor. You can flex your feet and reach out. So inner body reaching to the outside. So my big cat, Lord Gaylord, has a habit of just sort of announcing himself, talking, and like, you know, trilling whenever anything happens all the time. So I feel like he's kind of bugling his way along, and that's calling her to him. It's really funny. And now they're staring at each other. And she's definitely pushing some boundaries. How do we find out where the edge is? We usually find out by going too far, right? And then we get the smack down. All right, let's turn and face one leg, take it down. And that's certainly true in our anatomy. Like, oh, I hurt myself. That's how I know I went too far. So we're trying ideally not to hurt ourselves. Take it easy, listen to your body. Walk it into center. And no matter how much wisdom or how much, you know, that's life. We're going to hurt ourselves. We're going to go too far. We're going to do the thing. Or we'll be so overprotected of ourselves that nothing happens. So yeah, that's the life cycle. Come up. Being alive means we're going to push some boundaries and realize that that's where they are. Breathe and melt. And then take it into the center. And I have to say, like, I do exactly the things that I tell other people not to do, right? Don't overstretch before you're going to work out, because then your muscles aren't. Who did that in pole class? Me. Right? I'm in there just yanking my leg up. And then the thing that we did, I really needed the hamstring strength. And because I'd so overstretched, it was really hard on my hamstring. So I'm like thinking that I have this dancer superpower of the capacity to overstretch whenever I want, and it doesn't have an effect. Not true. Bring it into center, shake it out, rotate in and out. And let's come onto all fours. There's a little stalker poking her head around the door. We may have an attack at any moment. At least she's turning to stalking me instead of the big cat. Opposite arm to leg. We're going to go out, bring it in, reach it out, and come down. Out, in, out, down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Use your breath. And relax. So a great thing that you can do also is sort of track your awareness as you're doing an exercise. Like if we go into the mode of, I'm just doing this exercise, then I can think about 10,000 different things. Even I do that happens. But if we stay present with it, like, what does it feel like right now? What does it feel like right now? Like keep coming back to that question. So we're building this capacity for focus and awareness that's coming in as opposed to just all over the place. Like try to stay with what you're doing if possible. All right, I'm gonna take my socks off. We're gonna do a downward dog. Just for the kitties. In your dog, bend one knee, bend the other. If you need to take this easy, you can also just come down into a hands and knees and move your spine around. So either way. From here, I'm gonna lift my heels high, round my spine, roll it forward, find the plank, and then dropping my head, push, lifting up to the ceiling and lowering my heels. So heels high, scooping my belly in, rolling it all the way forward, finding my plank, pushing my heels back, head reaches forward, then dropping my head, pushing with my arms, rolling up to the ceiling, reach with my butt, taking the heels down. Inhale, lift, curl, roll it forward, lengthen it out, push back with the heels, drop your head, push with your arms, lift it up and lower. Last one. Heels high, scoop your belly in, roll it all the way forward, push back, taking 10 counts to lower down to the floor, Add your knees to the floor if necessary. You can always put them down. Going 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees, let your legs fall from side to side. Breathe and melt. And then tops of the feet, curl your toes under, put your head on your hands and press up and down. A little rock through your body. This is like the heel rock, but now we're on our front. You're not going to have so much of a wave, but try and really soften the tissue in your body. Soften your glutes. Relax your face, relax your neck, relax your throat. Breathe. And then you can take the tops of your feet to the floor. Open your arms out to the sides, circles with your arms. I'm leaving my feet on the floor. I could lift them up if I want to work more. And then change direction. And then lift everything up and float it around. Imagine you're flying. And then hands next to your chest, arch and open. Take your tail back. Reach through and soften. You can turn your head from side to side. Easy child's pose. Again, freeing up the river of your spine. And then shift your weight back towards your heels and come up. And we're going to take it into a side plank. And press up. Here, you want to scratch? This is the scratching post. You can scratch on this. All right, press it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Take it down. Bring your bottom leg forward, your top leg back. So it's double attitude. Both knees are bent. You're going to take your bottom hand, grab your lat, other hand on the floor, shoulder to the floor, down and up. Going 1. That's it. 2, 3. We're going to go for 12, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Swing your legs around, coming into a side plank on the other side. And pressing up, pulsing up for 20. 1, 2, 3, 4. Long torso. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Take it down, bottom leg forward, top leg back, and grab on, hand on the floor. Uh-oh, I think my battery's about to die. Hold on, got to plug in. You can go ahead and start with those if you know what you're doing. I'm still going to do 12, so you can also have a moment of independent thought. There we go. So bottom leg forward, top leg back, grabbing on, going 1, 2, other hand, Maria, 3. Yeah, the bottom one wraps. Yeah, 5. Yeah, the harder version, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and come in. Okay, there's definitely an issue over here with one little cat. Thinks that anything that looks like a string is a toy. This is the culprit. Oh, and I hear some growling from the other room. I just gotta have a quick check, see what's going on in there. Yeah, oh my God, it's hilarious. Gaylor is actually handling it very well, but like the little gray girl has to keep going up to him. She is so attracted. She just wants to get in there. And he's like hissing every once in a while, a swat, but he hasn't actually chased anybody. I think he chased this guy once, but then he ran right past him. So like, it's so silly. He doesn't know that much about playing. Oh, now I have got some pink lipstick on his head. All right, Baddha Konasana, soles of your feet together, take it down. You got a little pink ear. And then come up. And they're very well adjusted. Oh, she says, until I get bit by the little guy who wants to play. Take it into a forward fold. Breathe into it. Let your head and neck release. Long spine. And we're going to come back up and finish it off with a hip stretch. You can do this laying on your back, but we're going to do it with one knee crossing over the other. So this could be with one leg. This is also completely acceptable, or both. Once you get in there, you're going to just move your body around. You could circle, but if you circle one way, circle the other way, and imagine that you're just bringing your energy back into yourself. So anytime we like cross midline, we cross the midline of our body, it's a way for us to come in, to sort of nourish and nurture when we need to come into ourselves. But I feel like whenever we do these kind of internal body movements, like what I see in the room when I'm in a room full of people is everybody just kind of goes in. So it's a great way to bring yourself back in. Circling, free-form movement, whatever feels good in there. Coming back into yourself, bringing your energy back, calling it in. Nobody else needs it. You do. And take it down. Free flow your spine. Zazen. And then when you're ready, bring it up. We're going to open the arms out side, stretch towards your top leg, breathing into it. You can move your head, just feeling how that changes things. When I look up and spiral a little bit more open, it's very different than when I look down and come in a little bit. Change it to the other side. It's like I have to keep an eye on the cats to one extent, but I also have to let them get on with it themselves, right? I have to let them learn where the boundaries are. I can't enforce or control it all. I have to like give them some space to piss off Lord Gaylord. Take it in, spiral the other way. But I think he's doing really well. I think they're all doing really well. Change direction. And then come back, unscramble and shake it out, let it go. Really easy in your knees. So you can take your hands on the tissue of your thigh and just move it from side to side, let your foot release. Give that kind of like a little massage into your knee. Maybe feel down into this tissue in the top of your calf and shin. Well, it's really the top of your shin. Just let that soften out. Same thing on the other side, moving the tissue. We're gonna do the other side. Just wanna get this going first. Softening up that tissue. Yeah, don't underestimate the power of your own touch or someone else's touch to like help heal systems in your body. Okay, and then we're going to switch it to the other side. Is it this one? No, it's the other one. Okay, taking it down, not taking it down, circling around, free flow movement or circles. Yeah, if you're not ready for free flow, circling is a great option. letting yourself come in, kind of spacing in. And just, this is the thought for the day. How often do you have a chance to kind of stare into space and space out without distractions? Like, are you leaving your phone in another room some of the time? And having time just to come into, like, that's also the synaptic pruning, when we're in that space out, nothing's happening. I don't need to distract myself with a million things, but I can just be in, or be spacing out, daydreaming. I feel like it's a lost art with all the distractions we have now. Take it forward, a little bit of side, a little bit of up, down, whatever you feel like. Listening in, feeling in. Is there something that you can let go of that's not serving you? Is there something to release? And then come back up, open it out, stretching over to the top leg. And again, you can look down and up if that feels good. Feeling that spiraling. So I did a video talking about spirals, like it was a micro movement video talking about spirals. And somebody wrote to me and they said, it was really cute. They're like, I think in the fitness world, they call that rotation. I was like, yep, you're right. Spirals, rotation, whatever you want to call it. Circling, twisting, and come up and spiral. In the Laban work, we call it rotary factor, the possible rotation of the joints of the body. Switch to the other side. Oh, Gaylord. Somebody's aggro. They're so funny. All right, coming up to stand, finishing it off. This is what happens when your work is at home, right? It's the work life, home life that's all intermixed. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale, soften. You can drop your head between your knees, bend your knees. Inhale, come back up. Feel the space around you. Or you can stay down there too. I'm just going up and down a few times, but feel free to go up and down, stay up, whatever feels good in your body. If that's too much openness, just stay up and open and release. So it can happen anyway. She wants to bug him. It's so funny. And come in and just shake it out, let it go. There he is, the big boy himself. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you got these little clowns in your life. Here he is. I brought these awful little horrors into the house to bother him. Couple of spirals, twist. This twisting exercise you could do for a few minutes every morning, just twisting and looking behind you. That will also free up some of your spine. I do it usually for 2 minutes every day after doing 5 minutes of breath work. And that can happen either before or after my walk. Good. Yay. Thank you all for coming. If anybody needs to blink out, feel free to go. If you want to stick around and talk for a minute, that is cool too. And I am going to stop recording. TV land folks, like and subscribe. I'm trying to build my channel.